Okay, coordinate geometry of the circle. So,
What chapter is this?
11 in book 4.
So, Miss Joe, what time will we start the class today? So, we're starting at 4 to 4?
No, we'll start at, I say 5 to 4?
Yeah.
5 to 4, and we'll finish at 20 to 5,
Yeah.
45 minutes. Is that alright? So coordinate geometry, the circle. Okay, so you all know what a circle looks like, okay? Yeah. Okay, you need to know two things about a circle, okay? So the whole way through this chapter, right, okay, you need to know, anytime you get a circle, you should straight away write down the center and the radius. Now, all your distance formula or all your coordinate geometry, the line formula, will come into play here. Distance, slope, midpoint, all of those, right? Will be using all of those in this chapter, okay? Because the radius of a circle is actually a line, isn't it? So if you want to get the length of a radius, you get the distance from the center to a point on the circle, don't you? Right? Okay. So, in this chapter, what happens to people is they get mixed up. Am I talking about a line or a circle? So clear in your head, am I talking about a line or a circle? And then you have a set of formula for the line, you have a set of formula for the circle. Okay, so the first bit is a circle with center 0, 0. So all the circles that I'll be talking about in this section have a center 0, 0, right, and a radius of r. Right, okay, and the equation of such a circle is x squared plus y squared equals r squared. So you know the way when you're getting the equation of a line, you filled in for x1, y1 and the slope, right? Well, when you're filling in the equation of a circle, if it's got a center 0, 0, you fill in nothing. You don't fill in x and y, you just fill in for r. For example, right, here's a circle, center 0, 0, and it goes to the point 4, 0. So the radius of that would be 4, wouldn't it? Can you read that? Is it big enough? Sorry. So the radius of that circle would be 4, agreed? Agreed? Right. The centre is 0, 0. So if the question was, find the equation of that circle, the answer would be x squared plus y squared equals 4 squared. So that's x squared plus y squared equals 16. So you have to do nothing with the centre, right, for these ones, right? If it's centre 0, 0, you have to do nothing with that, only know to use this formula. And the only thing you fill in this formula is the radius, right? So you're squaring 4 and you're getting 16, that's it, job done. Okay, right, find the center and radius of the following circles. Right, x squared plus y squared equals 25. Right, what's the center, please? Center, always in this section, Always. 0, 0. What's the radius? Feel free to shout at me. Feel free to shout louder because I can't hear. 5. Lovely. Because that's r squared. So 5 squared is 25, yeah? Okay, right. If I had something like x squared plus y squared equals 3, what's the centre of that circle? Feel free to shout. 0, 0. What's the radius? It would be square root of 3. Okay, because square root of 3 squared is 3. Agreed? Right. Okay. The only one that might be slightly different is if you 4x squared plus 4y squared equals 9. Okay. Right. This one is not in the form. We needed x squared on its own plus y squared on its own equals a number. So what I'm going to do is here, I'm going to get rid of that 4, so I'm going to divide everything by 4. So I end up with x squared plus y squared equals 9 over 4. What's the centre of that, please? 0, 0. What's the radius? What's the square root of 9 over 4? What's the square root of 9? What's the square root of 4? There's your square root of 9 over 4. Okay, is that alright? Happy enough with that? Right, harder examples? Right, so I'll just call this example 1. So a circle with centre 0, 0. Contains the point 45. Find the equation. So we know it's x squared plus y squared equals r squared. Is that alright? So we know it's x squared plus y squared equals r squared because centre 0, 0 tells me straight away that's what the equation of the circle is. So what have I to get before I start? What do I need to get? I need to get the radius, don't I? Because they tell me it's going through the centre 0, 0 and it passes through the point 4, 5. Okay, but in order to get its equation, I need the radius. So I use the distance formula. Okay, and I get the length of that line. Is that alright? So distance formula, square root of x2 minus x1 to be squared plus y2 minus y1 to be squared, and it's 0, 0 and 4, 5, so I'll call this x1, y1, x2, y2, fill it in, it's the square root of 5 minus 0 to be squared plus 4 minus 0 to be squared. I filled them in the wrong way around, but it doesn't matter, it's going to be the same answer, is that alright? It should be 4 minus 0 plus 5 minus 0. If I was to look, I better be right about it. Into the calculator that, and that would be the square root of 41. Okay, agreed? Right, so I know the equation of that circle is x squared plus y squared equals r squared. So that means x squared plus y squared equals the square root of 41 to b squared. So that would be x squared plus y squared equals 41. Is that okay? There's your answer. Equation of the circle. Right. Example 2. Find the equation of a circle. Center, not. Is a tangent. Okay, so I have to remind you what a tangent is. Okay, so if I have a circle, right, okay, and I have the center of the circle. Now I'm not drawing this accurately, I don't know whereabouts that line is. Okay, a tangent to a circle, girls, is a line, right, that touches the circle at one point only, right? So that is a line. It's a tangent, so that means it touches the circle at one point only. So two things about a tangent: it touches the circle at one point only, and at the point of contact, if you draw a radius at the point of contact, the radius and the tangent are perpendicular. Okay, so two things are about a tangent: it touches the circle at one point only, and it is perpendicular to the radius at the point of contact. Right, got it? Okay, so tangents, you would have heard that word before in junior cert. Whether you remember what it is or not is irrelevant because it just told you. Right, so it's a line that touches the circle at one point only, right, and at the point of contact it's perpendicular. Okay, so I need to find the equation of the circle. So I know the equation of the circle is going to be x squared plus y squared equals r squared. How do I know that? Because the centre is not. Right, in the next section we'll be coming on to circles that don't have a centre not, so we'll have a different procedure. But if we have a circle with centre not, that's the equation. Okay, so what do I need to get before I can fill that in? What do I need to get? I need to get the what? The radius. So the radius is the distance from not to the line. Would you agree? Perpendicular distance formula? Yeah? Right, okay. So the perpendicular distance formula is ax1 plus by1 plus c. Two straight lines means take the positive value all over the square root of a squared plus b squared. That's in the log tables. Perpendicular distance. It's basically the length of this line. The length of the perpendicular line from that point to the circle or to the tangent. Okay? So this is x1, y1, and this is a is 4, b is 3, and c is minus 25. Okay? So filling in, a is 4 times 0, minus 3 times 0, minus 25, and the two straight lines means take the positive value all over the square root of a squared plus b squared. A is 4, it's the number in front of x, and b is minus 3, it's the number in front of y. Into the calculator, or into work that out, right, you get minus 25 with 2 straight lines. On top, on the bottom, you'll get the square root of 25, which is 5. Is that okay? So the 2 straight lines means drop the minus sign, so it's just 25 over 5. 25 over 5 is plus 5. Why do we drop the minus line? Because it's a minus sign, it's the length of the line. You can't have negative length. Okay? So don't worry about the minus sign, just drop it. Got it? Okay? And then the equation of the circle, which is what they asked me for, is x squared plus y squared equals 5 squared. So that means x squared plus y squared equals 25, and that's your answer. Are we good? Right. Okay. I was going to do 2 sections in one day, but I won't, because don't be too mean. Page 422, let's do 1 to 9, just the odd numbers, so 1, 3, 5, 7, 9.